You are listening to Words with a Mad Coach. I am Mad Coach. I am Mad Coach. I am Mad Coach. Coach Sess. Coach Sess. I am Mad Coach. I am Mad Coach. I am Mad Coach. Coach Sess. Coach Sess. I am Mad Coach. I am Mad Coach. I am Mad Coach. Coach Sess. Coach Sess. I am Mad Coach. I am Mad Coach. I am Mad Coach. Coach Sess. Coach Sess. You are listening to Words with a Mad Coach.
Mad Worlds, Coach Sess. Hey, let's break down this fight very quickly. Black shorts, red trim versus black white trim in the Hayabusa. The Hayabusa comes out and he's taking charge with his kicks, doing very well. Then, black red trim tries to close the gap. Now, something very interesting. I've already watched this, so look at the leg kicks. He starts to control the distance very early in this round by throwing these leg kicks, these side kicks, oblique kicks to the legs. And what I liked about this was that it allowed him to set up the other kicks because the guy didn't know which angle that guy was going to come from. And to some degree, the black kid almost throws these kicks chambered the same way, so it made it very hard to tell which kick was going to be to the front of the leg and which kick was going to be, say, to the body, the head, or even to the outside of the thigh. So he took control of the pacing early on, and this allowed him to go in and out whenever he wanted to and actually control the volume. Now, that also means that since the other guy was instinctively backing up because he didn't have a counter for those kicks, it allowed the black kid to control the real estate in the inside of the cage. And that's a problem because you don't want to give the perception to the judges that you are constantly disengaging, backing up, or not fighting. And that's exactly what happened here. Now, the one thing that the white guy was doing very well that I like, his technique was sound, but his choice in technique was a little off. For instance, when he threw his straight punches and moved forward behind them, he did very well, landing or even controlling the real estate. And he needed to do that more often. And when he was bad about it, right there, that was a good double jab. When he was bad about it was when he would throw his straight punches, but he wouldn't move forward. Then he would end up paying. And ultimately, that would cost him at the end of this fight. And then the other thing was when he didn't move forward, but he changed the rhythm whenever he crossed the threshold. He changed the rhythm. He threw these wide punches, and he didn't need to throw these wide circular punches. So what I mean by that is what would happen is when he's standing here in the gap, all right, getting ready, trying to close the distance, he would have the habit of throwing straight punches, but not moving behind them, not varying his head movement. Or he would move forward, varying his body position, but the punches would be wide, so they wouldn't yield him, maximum results. And so he's ended up using a lot of energy. Now, again, the black kid still pressing him up against the cage. If you go back and look at this video, you'll see that he did all the pressing. But it gets to a point where you start to notice now where he's starting to slow down a little bit. His output isn't as high. He's starting to slow down. And here's a concept that I call you have to create your own fight, make your own fight. You've thrown these fancy techniques at the guy, and the guy's still not dead. He's still in there. And so you have to try to figure out, what do I do? And he's starting to become just a little bit, confused, just trying to make stuff up, hoping he can catch something. Just, it looks a little confused. Now watch the white kid. He's going to take over here just a little bit, just because the other guy's just a little off his rhythm now because he doesn't know exactly what to do. He's not throwing the side kick anymore, and when he does it, he's not going to be totally convicted when he throws the kick to the thigh or knee. And so now you see the red tape. It's just really just starting to have his way a little bit, and the other guy's just pretty much standing around, letting him dictate. And you could call that energy management. You could call it whatever you want, but for the most part, he was just calm me down. And the good part about the energy management part, because he wasn't, going all out, and he was only trying to counter, it allowed him to save a bit of energy for the end sequence, and it's about to come up now. So watch right there. He catches him moving behind that jab, and the problem with the way he threw that jab, his head didn't change position. He didn't change rhythm. He'd been throwing the same rhythm the entire time.